We're going to take a look at the two types of file formats that the Massive Meter Bridge application supports. There's a file type called a configuration, and there's a file type called a template. So which one do you use and what is the difference? A configuration is probably the best one for people who wanted to get up and running quickly. It basically connects to a specific Pro Tools system or a specific set of Pro Tools systems, and it memorizes that through a unique ID that's associated with the Pro Tools system, and it will display any and all meters that are on that Pro Tools system. A template is a little bit different and a little more complex. It is used when you're trying to match a specific Pro Tools system and specific meters by name of the Pro Tools system and by name of the track. So let's take a look at each of these. So this top here is my quick start configuration, and the bottom down here is my Pro Tools quick start session that I've been using. The session's got 4 tracks in there. It's got a mono, a stereo, and a couple of 5.1s, all called audio 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if we look at the settings in the Massive Meter plugin, you'll see that the system name is called Massive Meter, and I'm using the default track name. So when you instantiate a Massive Meter on a track, it will grab the Pro Tools track name, and if you want to rename that afterwards, you can override with a custom track name that will show up in the Massive Meter Bridge application. So this is my my configuration up here. It's basically showing all the different meters that are in Pro Tools, and there's, if you look under the setup menu, there is a menu item called Add Remove Systems. It's also Shift Command D is the shortcut for that. So when you open up this dialog, it will find all of the Pro Tools systems on your network and display them, and then the ones that are has the little checklet selected in green is the one that is currently connected. If you have others that aren't connected, they'll just show up as a blank system, a non-selected system. So let's actually create a configuration just to kind of get started here. So under the file menu, we'll do new configuration. You can also do Command N, and it will come up with a blank configuration, and it'll open up the Add and Remove System dialog, and you just click that, and it connects, and it finds all of the different Massive Meter plugins that are in your session. So let's go over here into the Pro Tools session. We're going to create a new track. We'll just call this one, we'll do another stereo. And so when I go in and instantiate another Massive Meter plugin, what you'll see is it automatically detects that the new plugin was added, and it adds it to the configuration. The Massive Meter application monitors the Pro Tools sessions that it's connected to for plugins that are either being instantiated or de-instantiated, or if we go and we make this inactive, it will disappear, make it active again, it'll reappear, and then if I go in and I delete my track here, it will detect that and they will go away. Configuration is really great if you're just trying to get up and running quickly and you want to see all the meters in your session. So let's now take a look at the template. So templates are designed to work well on studios, with studios that are using templates for the Pro Tools session. So if you have a studio like a large mix stage and you have, say, 3 or 4 computers, maybe you have a music, a sound effects, a dialogue, and a recorder, and you always use the same templates on them every time. So you have the same, the system names you would set the same, and then on your music, you always use a template that had the same set of tracks and track names. So a template is really great for that because you can set up a custom configuration that matches the Pro Tools template or Pro Tools session file, and the way the templates work is we'll open up one that I've got created here. So quick start template. So the template matches the Pro Tools system by the system name, and it matches the tracks by the track name. And so if you have extra plugins that are in your session that are not part of the template, they will not appear in the template. So opened up this template, it connected to my Pro Tools system there. You can see the meters are all playing and connected. And under the setup, you'll notice that the add remove is grayed out because we're not adding systems directly, but there is now a manage template. So if you select the manage template dialog, it'll bring up a dialog that shows the system name and then the individual tracks, and then you can specify the track type or the track channel width and then the track name, and then we can add more systems. So in this case, I've already got it configured. The system name is called Massive Meter, which is the default, and I have 4 tracks, and I've selected mono, stereo, and then 2 5-1s to match that. If I go into my manage template and let's say I rename this one, we're going to call this one 4A. What you'll notice is the name of the meter here is changed, so 4A, and when I play back in Pro Tools, I'm not getting any signal on my 4A here, and that's because the track name no longer matches the track name in Pro Tools. So if I go over here and I change this to 4A, the track names now match and the audio signal is routed appropriately. So similarly with this template, if I go in and I create another track like we did with the other, and we'll drop the track down, it comes up as 4, but we're going to call this one extra so we can go back and rename. So here is extra. We'll drop a plug-in on that. And so we have another mono. And I'm going to also go in and rename this back just to 4 so we can be consistent. I'm going to rename this one back to be 4. So when we play, you see all the meters. Let's add a little bit of audio to this guy here. Okay, so we've got audio on all our meters down in Pro Tools, but you notice that the new track called extra is not showing up. So if we want to add that in, we simply go back to the manage template, click add meter, and we'll call this extra. And there we go. We have our new meter showed up here. So just a quick recap here. A configuration is the basic and quick start way of getting running. If you want to have your massive meter bridge, just connect to a specific Pro Tools system via the Unix system ID and pull in all of the tracks that are associated with that system, pull all the massive meters in. That's the way to get going. If you want to get a little fancier and save additional settings and have it always match your specific templated Pro Tools session, a massive meter bridge template file is probably the way to go, and you can get up and running very quickly.